Hi, I'm attorney John Haines. We're talking about divorce in the state of Tennessee. Now, divorce is a term that carries with it all kinds of negative connotations. People have nightmare visions of splitting up the Christmas ornaments, or who's going to take the sofa, who's going to take the candelabra, right? What are we going to do? We're going to saw the piano in half? This is not the reality for the vast majority of divorces, okay? What I've found in my experience is if everybody understands what's going on, they are able to reach a reasonable resolution. So what is going on? Well, with a divorce, we are talking about the division of marital property, all right, particularly the assets and debts. Now, before we can divide marital property, we have to first identify what is the marital property. In Tennessee, there's marital property, there's also separate property, okay? Generally, separate property is that property that was acquired before the marriage. Marital property is that property that was acquired after the marriage. But that is not true all the time, nor is it true about everything, okay? I would have to talk to you about your particular case for you to understand sort of the nuances of any and all items of property, okay? So that's a good rule of thumb, but that's not the end-all be-all, all right? The other side of the coin on marriages are it's children, okay? What are you going to do once you are living in separate households? You're going to have to figure out a plan. In the state of Tennessee, we give that the incredibly easy to say title of a permanent parenting plan. So a permanent parenting plan is going to tell you, hey, dad gets this many days a year with the children or child, mom gets this many days a year. The schedule is going to be week on, week off, or it's going to be 2 days on, 2 days off, or whatever schedule, all right? That's going to be laid out in an order that handles presenting that information as well as what happens on any sort of holidays, all right, where the exchange is going to take place, who's going to take them where, etc. Now, you may be thinking, I would prefer to not have a judge tell me how to split my stuff, usually in half or close to in half with my spouse. I would also definitely prefer not to have a judge tell me when I'm allowed to see my children and on what schedule I'm going to see them. That is why Tennessee has mandatory mediation, okay? Mediation is a voluntary process, but it's, again, mandatory, so it's only voluntary in name but not in effect, where the parties go to a location. These days, people have been doing it by Zoom, but where basically you and I would sit in one room, separate and apart from your spouse and your spouse's attorney, and a neutral attorney goes in between the rooms, okay? Comes into our room, says, what is it you want? We say this is the division of assets that we think is even and fair, and this is the parenting plan that we think is in our children's best interest. This neutral attorney goes between the rooms until ideally a resolution is reached, which results in the creation of a marital dissolution agreement, which is to say a contract between the parties that says, here's how we're dividing the stuff, the assets and debts, as well as that same permanent parenting plan where the parties are saying, we agree that this is the plan we want to follow, okay? Now, ultimately, if that doesn't work out, which I will tell you in over 90% of cases it does, you will end up going to a trial where a judge will do those things for you, will divide the assets and debts and create a plan. If you want to talk to me about your divorce, you can give me a call. My phone number is 865-269-2524, or you can schedule a consultation online or otherwise find more information at my website, www.haines.law. Thank you.